Hey guys, it's Captain Forest here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over who I think wins more often than not in a cross-verse situation, Wonderwoman versus Juggernaut. Now if you guys are new to my channel, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. Also shouts to Coffee Shop Gang, their links will be in the description. Shouts to HQ Squad, their links will be in the description. Massive shoutouts to Korin and everyone else, and Phoenix for helping me with some of the Juggernaut stuff too. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get right into meat and potatoes of things, and start off with Juggernaut. He has demonstrated back in the classic days to ragdoll and hurt the likes of Thor, and even take a god blast from him, which is enough to even threaten even Celestials. I've mentioned some of the cosmology behind the AP before in my previous videos, so I will leave links in the description so you guys can refer to those and look far deeper into the details of the cosmology for Marvel. So Hulk himself has also been at it against Thor, and it's also been shown in the World War Hulk run that Juggernaut was powerful enough to damage and give Hulk problems. And despite current Juggernaut becoming weaker over the years, he has still demonstrated to be in somewhat of the relative respective ballpark of this AP, as he was able to completely trash onto Cosmic Ghost Rider, and the same Cosmic Ghost Rider was able to one-shot Thor. So that's going to round up AP. I'm going to go ahead and move on to speed. So Juggernaut should easily have immeasurable speed. He has demonstrated to tag Thor, and Thor himself can time travel with his raw speed alone. Thor can also tag Silver Surfer, who can also time travel with his raw speed alone, putting Juggernaut in the immeasurable speed ranges. Okay, so that's going to round up Juggernaut's AP and speed. I'm going to go ahead and go over Juggernaut's abilities and all that good stuff. So Juggernaut is invulnerable to conventional attacks, as he himself has a protective invulnerable barrier around him at all times. Wolverine's adamantium claws are unable to cut through Juggernaut's armor, which is impressive since Wolverine's adamantium claws have durability negation. Juggernaut wears his special helmet, which grants him mine resistance. Charles Xavier explains that the power of Sidorak grants Juggernaut mystic mental defenses via the helmet, which prevents Charles from probing or affecting his mind. Charles attempted to insert all his mental power to stop Juggernaut, and it does absolutely nothing. Also, Juggernaut has learnt from the past and is not lacking. He wears another helmet under his big one, just in case his main helmet is compromised, and the helmet is also responsible for protecting Juggernaut and giving him his powers also. Speaking of Sidorak, Sidorak himself is responsible for all of Juggernaut's insane and impressive powers and abilities, as it was Cain Marko himself that accepted the gem of Sidorak. Sometimes Sidorak will aid Juggernaut in combat or in tough situations, or on a rare occasion. Back in the classic days, Sidorak would assist Juggernaut more often, but as the years went by into the modern era, Juggernaut has gotten on Sidorak's bad side on more than a few occasions via Juggernaut's rebellious actions, and even disobeying his own contract by becoming a part of a new god called the Serpent, which bestowed upon Juggernaut magical powers and a magical hammer, which did nothing but displease Sidorak. Sidorak from then on has taken privileges away from Juggernaut, which is why he isn't as impressive as he once was. In fact, Juggernaut tried to fight Sidorak one time, and that didn't go very well. But regardless, there are small moments where Juggernaut will be protected by Sidorak, such as Sidorak protecting and preventing Juggernaut from sinking when he was swimming. Juggernaut's mystic powers has also protected him against many things such as sleeping gas, and another impressive thing about Juggernaut's force field is that he can use it for offensive means, such as flexing the barrier out to destroy objects and to push people away. Juggernaut is an unstoppable force. Once he gets charging, there is no stopping him. Sidorak feeds Juggernaut with endless kinetic energy, allowing him to keep going. Even when reduced to a skeleton, he keeps going, and it's also shown that Juggernaut's rage acts as a form of protection. Not even Doctor Strange can depower Juggernaut thanks to the helmet's mystical protection. And lastly, Juggernaut survived being thrown into a dimension of endless time by eternity thanks to the mystic powers protecting him. And Juggernaut may look like a brute with no plan and a complete meathead, but it's actually not true. He's pretty intelligent and has some form of basic tactical prowess in combat. We've seen Juggernaut purposely allow his opponents to get close to him so he can grab them after noticing his enemies were faster than him. Juggernaut has relied on his other senses in combat while his eyesight is compromised, and when he is close to his opponents, he will grapple and put them in a bear hug to crush them and choke them out. So that's going to round up Juggernaut. Wonder Woman has scrapped and damaged Superman. Superman himself has demonstrated some impressive feats, such as post and pre-crisis Superman, where they scrapped with each other and their fight literally affected the full-on 11th dimensional structure in the context. This would pretty much equate to high complex multiversal plus, and depending on the context, if you take away the like the statements and you don't show just more supporting evidence, then literally like the feat alone, just face value, would only equate to low multiversal. But it's very evident and safe to say that that feat is easily high complex multiversal plus. Wonder Woman has also demonstrated to physically hurt Black Adam. He himself has physically went at it with Superman, and in fact held his own just fine against a pissed off Superman with no lightning, which makes the feat even more impressive. Black Adam also demonstrated that he was able to scrap with Simar, completely demolished him in their fight. Simar himself was literally giving the Justice League and Superman trouble in their fight. We've also seen Wonder Woman bust down Green Lantern constructs, which are 4D in nature. So these feats that Wonder Woman performs gives her these ranges of AP. So Wonder Woman's would easily scale around like Uni Plus to low multi to the multiversal plus to high complex multiversal plus ranges. So it depends on where you want to take it from there. So in terms of like her lasso of truth, so easily Wonder Woman's lasso of truth is easily high altiversal to boundless. It's been stated and also shown that the lasso of truth is strong enough to bind and subdue the likes of Phantom Stranger, who is vastly above Wonder Woman in physical AP. Even the Phantom Stranger even admits that the lasso of truth is just way too strong for him, way too built different. We've also seen for the Phantom Stranger that not even the anti-monitors are able to gauge his own power, and we all know how strong the anti-monitors are. They're pretty powerful. When the Batman Who Laughs was also amped, it stated there was only one person at the time who could have faced him, which was Wonder Woman, when she fused herself with her lasso of truth. Wonder Woman demonstrates the amazing strength of her lasso, as it's strong enough to hold down the Darkest Night. This is impressive because this same amped Batman Who Laughs is above the likes of Barbatos, and Barbatos was able to kill the World Forger, who resides in the 6th dimension. The Darkest Night has also embarrassed Perpetua, who resides in the 6th dimension, which is essentially the control room of creation. Perpetua is able to hold creation in her hands like a ball. So depending on where you scale DC's cosmology, the lasso of truth would simply range from high altiversal to boundless. So again, please check out my other videos. I go into detail about the DC cosmology, so it pretty much just depends on where your interpretation is and how high you have the verse. So that's going to conclude AP for Rebirth Wonder Woman. I'm going to cover her speed now. Now depending what tiering system you use, pretty much Versus Battle Wiki are planning to remove irrelevant speed, but regardless there is character stats and profiles. So I mention this as a disclaimer just to let you guys know it does depend on which tiering system you use now. So pretty much Wonder Woman would have high immeasurable speed to irrelevant speed. She should scale to characters. Superman, as Superman has demonstrated his own immeasurable to irrelevant speed feats. He's demonstrated that he's able to keep pace with Jay Garrick and Wally West while they were chasing the Reverse Flash to the past. Wally West legit ran to the 853rd century. We've seen Superman outpace reality blitzing missiles that were sterilizing the continuum, as Superman can move inside the source where there is no direction. So this is pretty impressive. Wonder Woman should easily scale to all this. She's demonstrated to consistently keep pace with Superman and also Flash himself. So right there and there you have some really good speed scaling. So moving on to Wonder Woman's gear. So she carries many items into battle, such as her lasso of truth, which is an indestructible item that Wonder Woman has in her possession, which was created by the Greek god Hephaestus. The lasso contains many abilities, such as making the person reveal hidden truths, so it has some truth manipulation. Wonder Woman uses the lasso of truth in order to manipulate and also make her opponents admit and reveal secrets that she can pretty much exploit and use to her advantage. The lasso of truth's ability activates the moment it makes physical contact with someone. The lasso of truth also protects Wonder Woman and other allies from mind control, and can also break her out of it if she is to become ensnared by such a hack. The lasso also has infinite strength and length, and Wonder Woman can use her lasso to rip and tear through her opponents. She can also bind and restrain her foes or choke them out. Wonder Woman also comes equipped with her bracelets of submission, which allows her to intercept or reflect projectiles. Wonder Woman can shoot out a concussive blast from her bracelets too. Wonder Woman carries her tiara and can throw her tiara at her opponents like a projectile. It's been demonstrated that it's able to slice through Superman's throat. It's that sharp. Wonder Woman also carries a sword, which she can reflect back projectiles at her foes, and she can also slice things on an atomic level. And she also carries her shield into battle for defense. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to Wonder Woman's skill. Wonder Woman is a very skilled combatant. Wonder Woman was able to best Ares, who knows all martial arts since the beginning of time, and she teaches him how to use the lasso of truth skillfully to prove the skill gap. Batman notes that Wonder Woman is the best melee fighter in the world. This is impressive because Batman himself, he is a decorated martial arts fighter in his own right, master of all forms of martial arts. He knows many forms of martial arts too. Okay, so going over both these combatants to see who would win more often than not, I have to talk about some of the stats. So looking at both things in terms of AP, like physical raw AP, I do think Juggernaut has the AP edge. Just has better feats, better showings, just higher into the tier. It is unfortunate for Wonder Woman physically. I just don't think she has the physical AP to physically hurt Juggernaut in any way, shape or form. Now for speed, I easily have to give this to Wonder Woman. She is vastly above Juggernaut in terms of speed. She's really fast, especially with the irrelevant speed scaling as well. So I more often not have to give speed to Wonder Woman. Now Juggernaut, he does have immeasurable speed. You can get him there, but I don't think you can get him any higher. Even if you try to argue irrelevant speed, it's just not consistent. Plus it's been shown that Juggernaut consistently gets blitzed a lot, so I do have to give speed to Wonder Woman. So I'm gonna go ahead and break this fight down to see who I think wins more often than not. So Wonder Woman and Juggernaut have win cons. So Juggernaut, his best win con is his physical AP. Juggernaut has his unstoppable nature, so he basically can just he has endless kinetic energy. So once he starts charging, there's no stopping him. So that could also help him in the field as well, and especially if he grapples or grabs Wonder Woman, I think that'd be a big issue, because literally it just takes one tap and I think the fight would be over if Wonder Woman isn't careful. Now Juggernaut does have some good resistances, so if it came down to Lasso of Truth, I think he'd be able to resist the mind hacks from the Lasso of Truth, because the helmet of Sidorak, it basically protects Juggernaut. Not even powerful Omega level mutants like Charles Xavier or Jean or anyone else can even get inside unless they remove that helmet. And even if Wonder Woman is successful to remove the helmet, let's just say hypothetically speaking, Juggernaut does wear a backup helmet as well. Now let's look at Wonder Woman. So she does have some win cons. She has a skill that could be very useful. She's more skilled than Juggernaut pretty easily, so she'd definitely be able to outskill. She has the Lasso of Truth. I think the Lasso of Truth is a very effective win con in terms of restraining him. I don't think the more so the truth element to it, I don't think that's going to be very effective. I think the nature of the lasso, the restraining and the bonding, I think that's going to be one of the hugest advantages for Wonder Woman, because I think if she tags Juggernaut with that, Juggernaut's going to have a very hard time getting out of it because of the sheer AP of the lasso of truth just has really good scaling for the lasso. So I really don't see Juggernaut getting out, especially if she wraps him up in a way where he can't move his legs. That'd be an issue. I definitely think the lasso of truth will put a stop to the continuous momentum that he performs, and plus, as the battle progresses and we see them fighting, he's definitely going to start moving a lot. So she'd be able to analyze and pick up on that and use her tactics and skills to use his own momentum against him. And at that point, she'd probably use the lasso kind of like a bow lasso in a way, or she'd tie it to something or make it in a way where he falls over, and that'd be a huge issue. He'd be very vulnerable in that situation. So Wonder Woman could pretty much just incapacitate, hold him up, and wait for standard battle assumptions to apply. But another thing is, if Wonder Woman tries to use any of her other equipment, I think it's complete garbage. I don't think the sword's going to do anything. Not even Wolverine's adamantium claws, which negate your ability. That literally doesn't even dent or even leave any scratches on Juggernaut's armor. So I think the sword would probably break. I think the tiara would break too. It'd do nothing to the armor. I think the armor is way too durable. If Wonder Woman isn't careful, if she tries to use skill up close, as I mentioned, Juggernaut, he may seem like a meathead, but he does have some brain cells. So he will resort to other things, he will let opponents who are faster than him try to tag him. So once they get in really close to him, he can just grab them. But more often than not, I don't see that mainly happening. I think if Wonder Woman sees that her weapon isn't working, the sword, she'd definitely resort to the lasso and outmaneuvering and using her speed to blitz Juggernaut. But more often than not, I think with high difficulty, I have to lean more so with Wonder Woman. I think the lasso of truth is just way too potent for Juggernaut's pay grade. I don't think the truth element will happen because of the resistance, because of the helmet, but I do think the bondage, the raw AP of the lasso, I think that's enough to subdue him. So more often than not, I have to give it to Wonder Woman. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe. But yes, it's been real. I'll see you guys in the next one.